Alright, so I'm gonna do a trade recap. Let's put the music lower, honestly. And today was a little bit more of a roller coaster, I won't lie. This was the trade for this account. Let's do this real quick. So, one account is down 500, and I don't know why it keeps spawning in like that. Alright, this account is down 500. I'll show you guys what I did. I won't lie, it was a bad trade, and I'll give you the reason why this was a bad trade, honestly. Main reason why is because I took a short down here, around 43, around at the bottom, and I'll tell you guys why. So I took a short right down there. I was aiming for this sell side objective. I was like, all right, this looks nice. Thought that was gonna, continue lower. Next thing you know, the market just pushes all the way back up, and here's the reason why. So go to my order flow chart. I originally did not have this here. I actually delete all that actually. Originally this is the reason why though, you'll see there. But if we go for the volume profile here, we draw this range out right here. I saw the value area low, and I was like, all right, market's melting below it. We have this right here, which is, like the aggressive trades. I'm gonna turn it up the size a little bit. You can't really see it, honestly, so turn the size up a little bit. Let's go to 10, 5. All right, so we had around this aggressive trades, the 40, and I thought to myself, like, hey, we have an aggressive selling, and we're probably gonna meet this value area low. I mean the range low. We're at the value area low. We want to continue maybe lower after breaking past it again, and we're disrespecting this 5-minute, BISI. And then next thing you know, the market just reverses, and then it pushes up higher, and this is where we take our other trade. And then if we look at the delta here, right around here, this is where the previous day value area high is. So I thought, like, hey, we can probably hit the range low, bounce off a value area high, be rebalanced. And again, another thing too is like, hey, we're all the way up here, and we're not even near the balanced market of the weekly volume profile. So I thought, like, hey, this is kind of where we can probably see some form of continuation. And then delta wise, not really, honestly. Everything was more of a just absorption down here. You can see we had absorption. Session delta was still positive, and then the market just started to push up. And yeah, that was really it. That was my main case or scenario. It was really just the aggressive trades, and that's where we got punished, honestly. And I think I should have been a little bit more cautious. This trade, honestly, my final target was all the way up here for 1.7. I cut it at 700, just to mitigate the risk and mitigate the loss. And another reason why I took that trade was because, again, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be on my main account, the one, which is fine. And then I forgot I had a daily trade lock limit, and I want to risk a little bit more on the funded and evals. Reason for that is because, like, I saw a video, and it's true, where, like, hey, you want to be risking a little bit more with these prop firms, and you just want to catch like a big monster trade with a good amount of risk, but it also has to be super A+. And the reason for that is because my system isn't presented every single day, and I realized that early on that my system isn't going to be presented every single day. So risking a little bit more, and that's what we did last week to pass these evals, is, hey, we risked a little bit more, and we had a wider stop loss. Not a wider stop, we had just more risk with the same stop loss. And if we simply are just patient, we're waiting, we're disciplined, we get good results. But if we're impatient, we're not following the system, we're deviating away from it, we're not waiting for the closes, X, Y, and Z, then we're going to get punished. So that's one of my biggest things, is like, hey, we have to follow the system. We have to be strict if we want to risk a little bit more, especially on the fundeds. We cannot crash out, we cannot be emotional. We have to be patient, resilient, and we have to be super picky with each setup we take. And of course, it has to follow the system. So and then I took this trade right here on this account. So I took multiple trades on this account, I won't lie. I took a same short, stopped out, and then I took a buy. And then I got hit break even. I took a buy off of this 1 minute IFVG. Basically, we swept the lows. I thought, my system is being presented, but we had to wait for this 5-minute Civi to get inverse, because again, I did go break even. There was no real break even point, only this high. And even if I did hold it, this would have been a monster trade. So we bought around like 53.37 around here, 0.75, and I went break even around here. So this candle came back down, stopped us out. But if we held this, is 106 points, and with the amount of risk we had on right now, 7 cons, that's a good amount. So yeah, it's more than probably around like 1.2. So it's not a bad trade, honestly. So, and then we took this one, and then we added more. So we waited for the 5 minutes to get inversed, and this is where the system was presented. So let's go over this trade real quick. Again, final target is all the way up here, but I don't have the mental capital to hold it, and I got other stuff to do throughout the day. So weekly time frame, weekly basically holding 4-hour time frame. We made a 4-hour inversion, and then this is why I was so bullish going into today. We made that daily inversion, and then we made a 4-hour buy side imbalance holding. We also had a 4-hour candle range low sweep, which in my case I was like, hey, this looks nice. And then on the 1-hour time frame, again, really the same scenario. We had a 1-hour candle range low sweep, and then we pushed up, and then we also had this inversion fair value gap to give us that bullish bias. And again, I should have not been shorting today. Today is not one of those days where like you short, It's one of those days where like you just watch the market and you see what happens. But again, I got a little bit more emotional, and I started to take those trades. When in reality, I should have just been patient, should have been waiting, and then yeah, we would have seen the result we're seeing right now, which is a good trade on both accounts, and we could have been up, close to 2%. If we wanted to 2%, we probably got a 2% here now. But a little bit unfortunate, honestly. And yeah, just really like self-control, honestly, is one of the biggest things I've been trying to work on. Again, is like, hey, we need self-control. We need to be controlling ourselves. We need to be patient, and we need to be waiting for those A+ setups. We can't just simply be trying to risk it all on one setup. Can't be risking it all on those like lower tier setups. We have to be risking it more heavy on those higher confluence setups. And yeah, that's one of the biggest things I'm realizing is just like, and then I'm seeing this too, it's like, fuck, you're probably gonna go reach range high. If I simply just waited, probably would have got the trade idea. We're having strong aggression with buying here too. That's another thing too. Like we're having aggressive buyers here. Sellers try to push multiple once, twice. The buying is absorbing all that, and now we're pushing up higher. It's like, yeah, we're already on in Q, we already met it, but on imminent Q, we haven't met that. Your rejection block up there. While on here, we haven't either. Oh, we haven't actually. It's like what? Actually, like 30 points from 40 to 70, yeah. But yeah, no, that's really it. That's all I have to say is like, hey, risking more, being more confident, taking those A+ setups, probably getting some more evals soon. And yeah, that's really it, honestly. Locking this account out at a 125 day. Could be a 150, but I'm cool with it. Honestly, I didn't do the calculations. I just wanted to get out. And yeah, honestly, I feel like it's back-to-back, bro. Monster trades. Here, down here, we had that monster trade. It's up here, or it's right here, or whatever. And then now we're having this monster trade all the way up to here. Again, just being patient. This is something I need to work on. Trade idea was correct. Everything was correct. Everything was aligned perfectly here to give us this trade idea, but the patience and the trade management wasn't there, and clearly got FOMO'd out. We could have honestly been holding all the way up there. If not, maybe this high up here. Maybe just taking partials would have been the best scenario, like 3 and then 5. But it is what it is. Honestly, I'm gonna be just moving on with this and just using financial juice as one of our confluences. Because today I was like wondering like, why did this 10 a.m. candle go down lower? Right here, 10 a.m. Why did or 9:55? Honestly, like, why did we move down lower so much? Or 10 a.m. actually, yeah. And it was because of the news, and I just didn't realize it was nothing on Forex Factory. So yeah, that's pretty much really it. Counts. This is that right here. We're up $60. This one, we're down 1,300. So I'm not really disappointed or anything. I'm gonna just take this off, honestly, and then like that. So yeah, yeah, that's really it. That's all it for the trade recap. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. I will honestly review this trade, journal it, and then the other trade, I'm not going to journal it. Reason for it is because like I know what I did wrong, and I know I wasn't following the system. And that's something I need to work on internally rather than on the charts. On the charts, there's nothing technical wrong there. It was just me. It was me not following the system, not being patient, and not waiting. So honestly, that's what I'm going to go work on, and that's really it. Peace.